Welcome back to another season of Tiger Hiline Online. Our first story is about a pair of unusual shoes worn by Zach Fuller. A story by Bowdy and Nick.
Zach Fuller has had his shoes for quite some time.
Over 2.5 years, something like that. I don't know, I just like how they still stay on my feet, even though they're so messed up after this long. It's just cool that they're still shoes, technically, kind of.
Zach Fuller is going to have some trouble surviving the winter.
I'll deal with that when that comes.
Wondering what his parents think?
My mom knows I have new shoes, so she doesn't really say anything about them, but I don't even know if she notices, really.
Worn out shoes don't seem to be a problem for Zach Fuller.
I don't know, comfortable ones are nice, but I don't know, these are comfortable too, they fit. What reason is there until I can't wear these anymore?
High school students have very different opinions on Zach Fuller's shoes.
I think Zach Fuller's shoes are really cool. They're actually freaking awesome because I like all the holes in them and he's being all stick it to the man.
I think they're kind of weird. I don't know why he wears shoes with holes in them when I buy new ones.
I seen his pinky toe.
They holy.
Yeah, he needs some new kicks. Yeah, I want them though. I like to see big toes.
Next time you see Zach Fuller walking down the hallway, be sure to check out his spicy looking shoes.
Here's a news story about the Cedar Falls football student section by Clint, Joey, Bennett, and Olivia.
At Cedar Falls High School, the student section starts the year off strong and helps become the 12th man on the field. Senior Alec Braun gives his insights on what the student section is currently doing this year.
To get the fans involved, we usually post something on Twitter, and usually everybody likes that because it's an easy way to tell everybody what's going on. And once we get to the games, we like to tailgate outside because it's a fun way to just let yourself loose. And then when you get in the games, we like to get everybody from freshmen to seniors to join along in the cheers. And signature cheer is what time is it, and it's just a fun time.
Senior Kevin Bernard talks about how the student section affects the team.
It really gets us pumped up for the game and stuff, and it's nice to know that the students are behind us and supporting us.
Reporting for the Tiger Hiline Online with Clint Fletcher, Joey Dobson, and Bennett Ford, I'm Olivia Borsay. Here's a story about our new school lunches by Lisa, Maddie, Luke, Dylan, Adam, and Terrell.
School lunches have changed this year and many students are not happy with the changes. They've gotten healthier and limited. More students are going out to lunch instead.
I went the first day and they weren't the best, so now I go out to eat.
Many students don't like having to pay extra for ketchup and sauces.
The ketchup thing's really annoying how they won't give you any ketchup.
I know the reason they do that is because it's all about sodium. Those ketchup packets have a lot of sodium in them, and there's a lot of pressure on our food service preparation personnel to eliminate sodium in our diets. We're only allowed to serve a certain percentage of sodium or certain quantity of sodium.
This is Maddie Hayes, Dylan McDermott, Adam West, Lisa Morales, Terrell Christie, and Luke Krieger reporting for Tiger Hiline Online.
Here's a story about the marching band by Ahmed, Alyssa, and Richie.
With all the exciting activities taking place at football games, including dance, cheer, and color guard, sometimes the band can be overlooked. But one man who's very passionate about the band is Mr. Ramsey.
The title of our show is Bases Loaded, America's Favorite Pastime. So it's a baseball show. The music that we're doing, it's all original, but you'll hear little snippets of familiar songs. You've got Take Me Out to the Ball Game a little bit, and I think America the Beautiful works its way in there. You get the little bum 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 bum. So it sounds very baseball-like. Well, it's a group that's working really hard. It's, you know, every year we have a bunch of talented seniors that graduate, and you think, you know, how are we going to survive without these guys? But then every year you get the younger kids that step up. You know, it's their chance to then be the leaders, and they do that. And this year's band is no exception to that. They're really playing well, and I think as far as their how they approach rehearsals, I think they're really working well.
Richie, Alyssa, and Ahmed reporting for the Cedar Falls Tiger Highline Online.
Right there. Here's a story about integrated science by Emily, Christina, Ken, Jacob, and Hunter.
This year, a new science class is being offered at Cedar Falls High School. This class, Integrated Science, is meant to be a kind of stepping stone between larger courses.
We realized that for a good chunk of our student population, there wasn't a great transition from biology to chemistry. They had passed biology, but they weren't necessarily ready for the difficulty of chemistry, and they couldn't always qualify because of their math for some of the electives. So this gave us another class for them to get a one-semester science credit without having to worry about the super high difficulty. It kind of forms a nice little stepping stone into chemistry that they would probably take next year.
This class has a unique setup, unlike most other science classes at the high school.
There's two teachers actually in the class. Mr. Bowman and I both teach the class, as well as then we have a special ed teacher in there with us to help team teach. So anytime, there's always two teachers in the classroom, as well as kind of the big difference in that class is we spend a lot more time with kind of hands-on, experimentation versus, a classic lecture, then lab. I mean, we kind of do that in kind of almost the reverse order. We give them a little bit of background about it, and then it's, all right, go right into the lab, let's see what we see, and then we'll start talking about it kind of afterwards.
The topics discussed range in a wide variety of directions in order to give students the opportunity to have a view of many different scientific fields.
Integrated science covers a couple different parts. Life science, a few things that we didn't cover in biology, covers a little bit of the basics of chemistry, physics, and a little bit of earth science. Kind of the greatest hits of each in one class.
This has been Emily Peck, Christina Bramer, Hunter Fowkes, Jacob Jewell, and Ken Yoshiwa reporting for the Tiger Highline Online.
Here's a story about Taylor Morse's homecoming by Mason and Jake.
On a very humid August 30th, the people of the Cedar Valley gave a warm welcome to our very own hometown hero, Taylor Morse. After being hurt in Afghanistan and receiving prosthetics on all 4 limbs, Taylor finally got a chance to come back to his hometown for the first time since January. We talked to Ben Haggerty about his part in setting up this parade.
Ben Haggerty, I know Taylor just from junior high. I grew up, with him or whatever, one of my neighbors too, and put on a parade for him today. He's coming home for the first time since January. He was deployed then, so he got hurt in May and has been over in Maryland recovering. This is his first time home. He's coming home for our buddy's wedding, so they're coming home, try to keep it secret. We kind of put together an entire parade, so yeah, I organized the parade, which is weird. A ton of motorcycles. They're going to be escorting them with police and everything. It's going to go from Airline Highway out here at the airport all the way up Airline Highway into Main Street, down Main Street, and then we're going to swing by Lincoln Elementary, CF High School, and Holmes Junior High. So they'll get a chance to drive by and people can show their support and everything like that, so it'll be really cool.
While serving his country in the Navy, he was a Petty Officer 2nd Class, an explosive ordnance disposal unit. On a mission with Army Special Forces, his radar did not detect an IED. After the blast, which left him bleeding out, he warned medics to stay away from the area until it was safe for them to arrive. He was awarded the Purple Heart and Bronze Star of Valor after recuperating from this incident. Taylor's friends, family, and supporters lined up for miles to welcome him off the plane Thursday. Bob Buckridge of the AMVETS Riders was one of the many to greet Taylor.
How many bikes do you have out here today?
The AMVET Riders from 49 has 25 bikes, and then the AMVET Riders from Post 31 in Evansdale have another 10 or 12.
What are you guys out here for today?
Well, for the escort to show honor to Taylor Morse. He was maimed and wounded over in Afghanistan, and to show the respect for a returning local hero here.
Taylor cruised down the streets of his beloved town, passing the Parkade, Lincoln Elementary, and our very own Cedar Falls High School, from which he graduated. As Taylor turned away from the high school, citizens of Cedar Falls returned to their everyday routines, but the memory of Taylor's return shall be held in our hearts as we all wish him and his family the best for his coming days. This has been Jacob Honeymiller and Mason Wise reporting with the Tiger Highline.
On behalf of myself, Joey Dobson, and the rest of the news team, this has been Tiger Highline Online.